Welcome to EMP.Money. This is our live AMA. We are now doing twice a week AMAs, Mondays and Thursdays. We're happy to be here. We have another jam-packed schedule today with a very special guest. Anyway, without further ado, please welcome one of our very special guests, all here for his new project, Speakeasy. Kirk, are you there, brother? Yeah, no worries, brother. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm really good. I'm excited you guys, LA was just talking about being back on the AMA. It feels nice to just be right back here on the AMA, but with a whole different thing to do today.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and again, I'll give you a little intro and then I'm going to let you run with it. We have some amazing slides. You put together a full presentation, as you usually do. Again, I wouldn't expect anything less from Kirk. But some of you may recognize the voice, but Kirk is a long-time community member, Army member, and almost extension of the team in building our online academy. So Kirk built our EMP Academy from the ground up about 9 months ago, right, Kirk? I don't know when did we relaunch?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it was about a few months in. I know one of our original team members, Crypto Mike, did the original academy, and now we transitioned with Kirk doing that. And he's been really involved in the background, so involved that he actually was inspired to create his own project that will be supporting EMP, which again, that just it gives me all the feels, Kirk, because that was one of the reasons that we started EMP, man. I wanted to empower others to really, make crypto a career. And you've taken that to heart, brother. And you not only have been extremely supportive in EMP, and again, doing your part over, above, and beyond, but now the fact that you're able to learn and undertake a project of your own is amazing, because you've only been in crypto for about a year, right? Or I mean, what made you decide to take the plunge before you get started? Maybe we can start with that. So yeah.
Well, I've been in crypto for almost 5 years, but only DeFi for a year.
Okay, my bad.
I was just buying tokens and stuff before that. And actually, as I've said, been here many times before, EMP was the first DeFi project I found, and so I was very fortunate with that. Of course, I tried some others when I was learning, and I don't have any of that money anymore. But
for sure.
But I've been in here since almost day one, about a month in. I started the day before Detonator went live, and so I've been in here ever since then.
Amazing. Well, yeah, brother. Again, I'm happy to have you, and I'm even more excited to talk about this new project. So we've teased it a little bit, but today will be a full-blown deep dive, as well as a special offer. Again, I won't steal your thunder with some alpha, but stay tuned for till the end so that you know about the special offer coming as well. So, all right, I'm gonna let you just go to town, Kirk, and tell me when to switch the slides. I'll pull the first one up right now. So I guess, what is your new project, Kirk?
Okay, great. I really, really appreciate the opportunity, AJ, obviously, to come back and to do this. I had AJ over on our side of the street to do an AMA, and he was gracious enough to do that. And so I really, really appreciated that. So thanks to AJ for doing that, man.
It went really well. It did. So I did I know, again, I get the inside scoop, but Kirk filled me in on all this, so I can officially say that we will be endorsing it, and we really like what Kirk has put together. So absolutely, Kirk.
Cool. So I wanted to, it was really important to me in putting this project together. It kind of came about fortuitously for me. And, while I had thought about maybe doing something like this some point in the future, everything just aligned to do this. And what ended up happening, I started to branch out a little bit into various other DeFi projects, as I mentioned. And about last summer, I got into a project called Frost Flakes, which was a miner type of a situation. But there was an added little feature to it that I thought was really interesting, and that was they were taking 50% of the money brought into the protocol and going out and investing it to earn money to bring back for rewards. And their investments were mostly like PCS farms, and they did a few bot things. And anyway, I thought it was an interesting approach to try to take what, a miner, which we all know how those normally work. Usually it's only the first people in that, win on the backs generally of the last people in. And this was just an attempt to try to change that dynamic a little bit by generating some external revenue, which, always speaks to me and spoke to the EMP philosophy as well. So I reached out to the dev to ask him some questions about the project. And also my ulterior motive was to try to see if I could get him interested in investing some of these assets into EMP instead of the PCS farms and the bots. So we started having, DN conversations about this, and he was very interested. He had heard of EMP, but really didn't know much about it. And so I was trying to educate him, and I think I was maybe hitting him over the head with a lot of stuff. This was about the time I think that some of the first NFTs were being launched, and there's always a ton going on at EMP, right?
For sure.
But anyway, and he was very interested, but never really pulled the trigger on anything. And the project started to slow down and ended in October or November of last year. But it ran for 7 months, which was a pretty successful project, and a good percentage of people ROI'd and even beyond. So I decided when that project was coming to a close, I just reached out to him and I said, I really like what you did. I have some ideas, and I want to try to do this and do what I was suggesting to you, which was to tie this into my home project, EMP. And he said yes. And so we started working together late last year on what is now called Speakeasy, which is a very soft fork of Frost Flakes, kind of like what EMP is now to Tomb, Speakeasy is to Frost Flakes. There's a lot of new mechanics and a lot of things going on in the protocol. But that's the history of it, a little bit of backstory. Jack is the guy's name who's the dev. He's doing all the dev work. I'm not doing any of that. My role is as team lead, and I'm also doing all the design work for the interface and all the marketing and videos and things that we need for this. There was a immediate uptake by the community in Frost Flakes to the project, and so much so, everybody was so interested in this idea that I actually started it earlier than I had anticipated. And we still haven't even launched the project yet. But we've been going gangbusters for the last, almost a month now. And we're still small. We have, I think, about 10%, about 650 people in our Telegram chat, but we're growing. And so I wanted to wait until we got to a certain point before I introduced the project to my friends here at EMP, even though AJ has known about it from the very beginning. I wanted it to get, a little bit grown up before we came over here and started to talk to you. So let me get into it, and I will talk to you about what it is. I'm going to throw up the same graphics that AJ is throwing up on the YouTube channel here in Telegram for those who are may just be on Telegram and not on YouTube for whatever reason.
Perfect. Yep, and then just tell me when. Do you want me to go to the next one?
Sure.
I'll go through the slides. All right, awesome.
Yeah, awesome, man. I'll wait till I see yours. There we go. Okay, so this is the Speakeasy protocol, and so this is sort of an overview of what I was just talking about. So let me tell you at 35,000 feet what's going on here. Basically, the project is what I call a weekly ROI DApp rather than a daily, and it is definitely not a minor. And so there are different levels, which we'll talk about in a minute. You can come into the protocol as what's called a guest to the Speakeasy, and that basically means you do not have any NFTs related to the project. This project is really heavy on NFTs, which is one of the new mechanics that Frostflakes didn't have. So the primary NFT to purchase is what we call a membership NFT, which is an MKC. And what that does is it boosts your APR. If you want to participate in the protocol without getting into the NFTs, you can. The daily bonus rate is 0.25% on BNB that you put into the protocol. We do not have a native token. Everything is BNB in and BNB out. So we don't have to worry about supporting a native token. So the rate, like I said, for guests is 0.25. That's a daily rate, but you only interact with the contract once a week instead of every day like you do with Detonator and things like that. So it's compounded over a week with no compounding necessary by the user. So then what happens is you can then with the Speakeasy membership NFT, this first one you're seeing in the upper left hand corner, owning that doubles your percentage to 0.5 from 0.25 to 0.5. The cost of that is 0.25 BNB, although I have something to say about that for EMP people as we get through towards the end. AJ was alluding to it. So anyway, you make a decision if you want to come into the protocol just as a guest or you want to become a member. Membership gets you that doubled bonus rate. It also allows you to take a part in other things that are happening inside the protocol that guests aren't allowed to do. So if you hold the key card, then that opens up the window to let you do all kinds of things. So anyway, the next part of it that you're seeing there with the pot and the bank, this is very similar to what Frostflakes was in the sense that the funds that you deposit into the contract come in, and 50% of them stay in the pot to continue to pay back rewards on a weekly basis for everybody. And the other 50% goes to a secondary wallet. Now, in the case of Frostflakes, as I mentioned, they were investing in bots and PCS. What Speakeasy is doing, as you can see here, is investing almost exclusively in EMP. Some of you who may be VIP members have probably seen me posting into the VIP membership. We have already started to invest in the protocol. We are doing some pre-sales of some of our NFTs, and that has generated some revenue, and we're already starting to put that into EMP, which is, a win-win for everybody because, obviously it's allowing us to start to earn rewards, e-share rewards that we can basically save up for down the road when we need them. And of course, it's great for the EMP protocol because everything we're doing inside the protocol, we're doing the right way. So we bought 1 giga node as well, and we bought that with fresh EMP, and we're zapping in all of our deposits. So we're trying to be, a good actor as well as try to make a dent in it as well. We're just getting started. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I just want to add, and again, you're doing a killer job. Kirk, so I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah, I just want to kind of give our perspective on it as well. And again, like Kirk said, we've been working on this on and off in the background, and we've alluded to it a lot that, we, and again, I'm really bullish on this, but there's a lot of protocols that are wanting to build with EMP in mind. So, but the thing that makes this even more powerful is that Kirk understands our ecosystem. So not only are we able to generate potential buying pressure on EMP and eShare, any other part of the protocol that Speakeasy wants to utilize, but Kirk understands the most efficient ways to not only maximize the yield, but also, be a good actor as well. So again, it is a win-win when Kirk says that. I mean, it's 100% true. This model not only should provide very sustainable yield to Speakeasy members, but it's also massively beneficial to EMP as well. So again, I just want to reiterate that, and it's what gets me even more excited about the project. So go ahead, Kirk.
Yeah, sure. Let's jump to the next slide, and I'll put it up here in Telegram too. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, let me delete that. Give me 1 second here. That was the wrong one. Yeah, you got the right one. Okay, there we go. It's in Telegram now too. So this is recapping what I was talking about above. So you can come in, without an NFT, and you have the 0.25% daily. If you purchase the membership NFT, you're up to 0.5 daily. Then we also now have a thing that we're calling cocktail NFTs. And these are 6 different cocktail drinks. Each one of them has an assigned additional boost to your daily percentage. So there is and they range from 0.25% boost to a full 1% boost, going up from the gin and tonic through the margarita, the Bloody Mary, pina colada, Irish coffee, and the big daddy is the old fashioned. So what we are doing with this is we are going to be doing a live mint for these cocktail NFTs on the 20th of February. And the cost of a cocktail NFT is 0.5 BNB. And it is a random mint, very similar to what EMP has done with Detonator Defender and that kind of thing, where you don't know which one you're getting when you make the buy. But you're going to get one of these 6, and you're going to get a boost between 0.25 and 0.1. So, and there are obviously, the higher they go, the more rare they are. So we'll be minting as many as 1,880. Now, there's a reason for that number, but I won't go into it. On that day, there'll be a 48-hour window for the mint. And so once that mint is completed, if we don't sell all 1,880, which we may or may not, I have no idea, the remaining that weren't purchased will be burned. So if we have a smaller mint, these things are going to be incredibly rare. They're going to be rare anyway, but they could potentially be very rare. And as a protocol, we have committed to not doing any additional cocktail NFTs or anything for a period of time after we launch. And the reason for that is to give our members who come in early with us the best possibility of earning off of these NFTs by potentially reselling them on the secondary market. We have a lot of people that are planning to come in and buy more than one and take the highest APR one they get and use that in their own wallet, and then sell the second one and maybe potentially make us enough money to pay for both of them, or even more. Who knows? You know how NFTs are, but they have this specific utility. So as long as the protocol is working well, they will have value and people will want them. And people coming into the protocol after this mint will not be able to get them directly from the protocol. So hopefully that'll generate some cool FOMO. So between all of these NFTs, there's 2 that you can have, the membership NFT and a cocktail if you want. You can buy up your rate, so basically from a low of 0.75, which would be the membership NFT plus the smallest cocktail, if that's what you got, all the way up to 1.5%. 1.5% is the maximum that anybody can earn in the protocol. The reason we've done that is, my feeling is that you see all these amazing things about 2% a day, 3%, 4%, 10% a day. And, that's just not sustainable. I could make an argument that maybe in certain cases 1.5 isn't sustainable, but you have to remember not everybody in the protocol will be at 1.5, because to get there, you would have to have one of the 2 highest NFTs, and they are the most rare. So the math suggests we'll be somewhere around, on average, 1.0 for most people. So this is how the protocol is generating revenue. This was an important aspect of it that we've learned from looking at a lot of other projects, is that you need to have sources of revenue. EMP has shown the way with that. So since these NFTs are only buying up rates and we don't pay on them like EMP pays on detonator defenders and the other ones, Sentinels. We're basically 100% profit for the protocol, if you will. And the protocol is then taking this money and investing it to earn more rewards on the backside. So we have two areas of external revenue so far. One is the sale of our NFTs, and the second is our earnings in EMP. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, and I will talk about our earnings in EMP and what we're doing here.
Absolutely. And then just to reiterate too, I know there was some confusion on the whole guest or member. So just to reiterate that one more time, Kirk, that you could potentially get involved in this contract without ever buying the membership or the NFT. However, again, to increase your daily percentages, it based on the math, it makes sense that you would want to spend a little extra to get the membership and the NFTs, right? Can you just clarify that one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it says at the top of the graphic that we're looking at, there is an option of no NFT at all, and that's just what we call a guest, and that is that 0.25. You don't need an NFT. You can just literally put BNB into the contract. You don't have to have the NFTs whatsoever. If you want to go into them, you don't have to get both. You can get the membership only, which is a small 0.25 BNB cost, and avoid the cocktails completely. A lot of people that I've been talking to that are going to be coming in with smaller amounts, my recommendation, although not financial advice, would be to look at just getting the membership NFT to at least double that 25 to 50, and then take the majority of the funds that you have available and just put them in the contract and earn that 0.5 and be happy about it. You also can earn some bonuses when you redeposit every week. If you choose to redeposit every week, there's a 0.01 bonus that goes on to your APR for doing that. So there are a few other little ways that you can boost up without getting NFTs. So you don't have to have them. But if you want to substantially increase your percentage, this is a way to do it. So we think we have options for just about everybody.
Awesome. Yeah. And then on the flip side of that, again, the last point, and then we'll move on, is that the NFT or the membership doesn't get you access to the base contract either, correct? You have to be able to put actual BNB into the base contract as well, because I think that was one more question I saw was people thought maybe by just owning the NFT you get that daily percentage, but this is just a multiplier on your position, right? Can you just explain that one more time?
Yeah, that's right. Basically, the simplest way to understand it is you are buying up your rate. So the NFTs do not generate rewards directly. They generate boosted APRs.
Perfect. Great. All right. Let me go to the next slide.
Cool.
All right. I like this slide. This is a good one. Yeah.
Now, again, I mentioned that we've already started to put our money where our mouth is. We're still small, and we're just taking, doing some pre-sale stuff, but we've accumulated about $30,000 so far, and we're starting to fold that into the EMP protocol. We're definitely going to put our money where our mouth is. So as you can see here, this is just a snapshot from earlier today, what our current position is in the liquidity pools. And our position in nodes. And then we also, which I didn't do a screen capture of, we also created a DEX vault. And we're doing a DEX vault that has the EMP ETH LP in it as well. So we are, doing this slowly and looking at everything carefully. But this is absolutely where we're heading. And what I'm committed to is to make the primary source of revenue generation for this protocol, EMP. And I'm, willing to live and die by that, because I think that EMP has proved itself out over time. And, this is exactly where I want to be with the project that I'm leading. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So basically that is, I just wanted to show everybody where we are. And usually, like I said, in the VIP chat, and sometimes LA will move it over to the main chat. I didn't want to bombard the main chat with stuff on another protocol. But I try to keep everybody in the VIP updated on where we are and what we're trying to do. And, I feel great about it for the Speakeasy community, but also great that I can, do this for the EMP community that I am such a part of. So it feels great that way. So let's go on to the next slide. And this gets into a little bit of the alpha that AJ was alluding to.
Yeah, let's hear it, Kirk. An opportunity for our emperors and empresses. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
So what I wanted to do was, as you recall from the earlier slides, the membership MKC NFT is 0.25 BNB. But I came to AJ and said, I would like to, just for EMP, I would like to create a version of our MKC that people can use EMP to buy. And AJ was all for that. So, because I know how important it is to have an EMP use cases, and there are a bunch of them now, and this is just one more. So instead of paying 0.25 BNB, if you're interested in getting one of these, you can instead spend 700 EMP, which is a little less than 0.25 BNB right now, but the numbers move around. So, but it's basically equivalent. But you can use your EMP, and that is exciting to me. We've already got our contract built that takes EMP as the token, so we're all ready to go with this. This is going to happen 1 week from today, after the AMA next Thursday. This will open, and it will open for 24 hours. So you'll have 24-hour window. If you're interested in getting involved in the Speakeasy protocol and you'd like to get this, I would encourage you to get it with your EMP. You could, of course, get it with BNB if you want, but I would encourage you to do so. The other great thing about this opportunity is as AJ said earlier, we know exactly what to do with that EMP. And what we're going to do with it is we're going to pair it with Ethereum and put it right back in the farm. So it'll just basically allow us to create LP at half price, essentially, since we'll be getting all this EMP in, hopefully. If just as a quick math, if we had 100 people from the EMP community come in with this, that's 70,000 EMP that we can lock up. So I'm really excited about it. I hope that we have a good turnout with it, and it's something that you guys all see value in, along with the protocol as a whole. So that was that piece of alpha there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm excited for this, Kirk. And again, as you said, using that EMP that you collect to then go into the LP at essentially half price, not only, and I think that's bullish for the Speakeasy community as well, because again, I mean, it gives EMP a use case as well as being utilized in the most efficient way possible. So, and again, if I was in Speakeasy and didn't even know about buying with EMP, that's exciting for me, because now the protocol, meaning Speakeasy, is able to yield almost double than if they were buying that EMP outright. So, and again, I mean, obviously you're going to have buying pressure on EMP, but as long as EMP is getting it locked up, that's also extremely beneficial to EMP as well. So amazing. Do you want to go over? I don't know. You may not be ready for this info yet, but I think this may be going live sooner than later, right? How do we get involved if we want to use our EMP to buy a membership?
Yeah, go ahead and go to the next slide, and I'll recap that once again. So here's the actual interface of the Mint page that you guys will go to. And so, as it says up there, as I said, this mint will take place for EMP next Thursday, 1 week from today, 16th. And we will open it up. We'll come back on and remind you to next week that this is happening. And then we'll open it up for 24 hours. At that point, you'll be able to go to this page. We'll give you the URL, obviously, and you just come in, connect your wallet, and pay $700 EMP. And you will mint out the special art EMP Silver MKC. So,
perfect. And real fast, too, Kirk, sorry to interrupt you. Oh, go ahead, Ellie. What?
I said, ooh, special art.
Yeah, it is special art. Yeah, totally. Well, and one more thing too on this, and I forgot to bring it up earlier, because it would also apply to the cocktail NFTs themselves. But you're not able to stack memberships or cocktails, correct? So you really only need one membership, right?
Point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You have to have this membership NFT to even be a part of the cocktail program. And then when you're part of the cocktail program, you can only apply one cocktail to one wallet. If you have multiple cocktails sitting in a wallet, the contract will automatically just apply the largest one. You can mint on the cocktails, you can mint up to 2 per wallet. Why would you do that? Well, we have people that are, going to try to take an arbitrage opportunity, and they're going to mint more cocktails than they need. Some people are going to mint more with the same wallet and then just move it to another wallet and work to multiple wallets on the protocol. So there are reasons why you might want to do this. But if all you're interested in is getting one, that you can do that as well. And they do not stack. So yeah, that's correct. So you can't have a 0.51 and a 0.751 and get 1.25.
Perfect. No, that's great. And that was even news to me, is that you have to have a membership to even apply the cocktail, which I think is even more bullish in terms of sustainability. So yeah, absolutely.
And
go ahead. Sorry.
Just to clarify for everyone, this membership is the only part of it that you can purchase with EMP, correct?
That's correct.
Great. Was there another point you were going to make, Kirk, or no?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Okay,
Awesome.
So we can move on to the last slide, which I'll open up, which is just wrapping it up, just to kind of tell you about just overviews of the project. And of course, with a project like this, it is not a minor, but it is an ROI DApp, and it does have mechanics that we're all sort of familiar with. And I'm not trying to pretend that this thing is anything other than what it is. But what we are doing is trying to take everything that we know and have learned from other projects, including Frostflakes and others, and make this project as sustainable as possible. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, Frostflakes lasted 7 months. So if we can do that or better, that's going to be great. And it certainly would be great for anybody that comes into the project from the very beginning. But these are some of the top points to mention. Again, we don't have a native token. It's BNB in, BNB out. We don't have to support that. We have what I consider to be real world daily percentages that are manageable and can be done in the real world. Not easy, but it can be done. And we're working hard to be able to sustain that. And the key thing is getting out of the gate hot. The fact that we've already taken in tens of thousands of dollars and will be taking in tens of thousands of dollars more, that we are already investing and that we are already generating eShare and rewards that we can just hold on to or turn around and put them in the eShare farm, actually is what I'm doing, is great for us because we won't even need this money for months on end. Hopefully maybe we don't need to touch it for a very long time. There's some mechanics in this that I haven't seen elsewhere. So, AJ, as well as anybody with DeFi, sometimes some of these things you just have to see them work before you know exactly how they're going to work.
Yeah, 100%.
You can model, but that always doesn't really say the what's going to happen in the real world. Again, no daily compounding, so you don't have to worry about jumping on to Speakeasy every day. You come in at the end of 7 days, your your rewards unlock, and it's at that point that you have a decision to make. You either can claim all your rewards, you can redeposit them, and or you can add more to your deposit, but you can only make that decision once a week. You cannot deposit during the week and add more. Think of it as ongoing 1 week contracts, if you will. And so basically, once you lock your contract for that week, you can walk away and come back when the week is done. Now, you won't be earning when it unlocks, so you want to make sure that you have a timer instead of every day at 6 o'clock every week, whenever that is, so that you can get it cycling through again, because it'll just sit there waiting for you to make your decision after the week is up. We have maximum weekly claims and also max wallets controls to try to avoid whales manipulating the situation too much. We really are looking to try to get everybody to be able to ROI and earn. So our weekly claim is 2 BNB. That's the max you can take out per week. And the max of wallet is 3x, and that's 3x all deposits and redeposits and new deposits. So that kind of works a little bit like Detonator, and in that everything you put back into the contract gets a new 3x, but 3x is the max. We do not have a very robust referral program because, again, we don't want to spend that kind of money on that kind of thing. Basically, we do have one, and it's basically you get 5% of any referral on their initial deposit into the contract, and that is it. Again, sort of like Detonator, with its 3%, I think it is. We've got some exciting, robust revenue streams that I've talked to you guys about today, both through EMP and through our NFTs. And also, like EMP, we have a great team. We have a great community. It's smaller, but everybody on our side of it is fun to hang out with and do stuff with, and they're all excited to get to know EMP. I've been talking nonstop ad nauseum with the community there about EMP and why I've picked it to be our main source of revenue outside of the protocol, and they're very excited about that. I'm sure that they will be looking to get in there. And hopefully some of them will become EMP investors as well as Speakeasy investors. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to take the entire AMA. So I have not been looking at the questions. So I don't know if there's any that you want to throw at me, or if you guys have any, or what have you, but I answer anything.
Yeah, no, you did a great job, Kirk. Again, brother, you're gonna have to be a team lead now, man, and do all these AMAs. But for the first few out of the gate, I think you did a killer job. Again, not only with the visuals to help everything, but the way you explain it as well. So just to recap, again, this is essentially a mining contract or an ROI contract. Think of a detonator style contract, but very, very stripped down. And so by doing that, it's simple. It's much more simple. It's BNB in and BNB out. And so the way that you boost your daily APR is by owning a membership. You can buy that membership with BNB or with EMP. And then you also are able to mint NFTs of different cocktails. So the different cocktails have rarities. The old fashioned is the highest and the most rare. And that will determine the percentage that you get every day out of the contract. So, yeah, I mean, again, I think that's pretty straightforward. And half of the BNB going in, both through the contract and through the memberships and NFTs, that will go to revenue streams, which in this case is EMP, to be able to set that up to where it produces yield for the sustainability of the contract. Did I recap that? Well, Kirk, I think I got it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a really good recap. I think that so I saw one thing as I was looking while you were talking that somebody reminded me about to let you know. One of the things that we're doing, we're also with the NFTs and the random mints, we're doing some gamification to kind of make it fun. And another thing that we are going to be doing is once a week, you all remember that had been around for a while, the wheel that I built for AJ to do drawings. We're going to be using the
Yes,
wheel
with
over
or
in
without the circus music. Kirk, I hope it has it still. I don't know. Yeah.
we're going to be using the wheel at Speakeasy, and we're going to be doing what we're calling the ROI payoff wheel. Once a week, we will spin the wheel and pick a contract at random, and up to 3 B&B, we will pay off their ROI amount. So we're going to do that once a week. So that'll be fun for everybody to watch, and I had forgotten about that. So thanks for the reminder there, Al. So anyway, let's see. Other questions or?
Yeah, I don't see many others. I don't know. Let me go to the last slide. There you go. So again, happy to have this partnership together. And again, I think it's going to do wonders for both protocols as we move forward. But LA, was there any other questions we've seen this week that we want to clarify while we have Kirk on? Again, this will be something that we give continual updates on and educate everybody. And Kirk, if they want to learn more, where are you most active, in Telegram, or feel free to again share your all
Yeah.
your channels?
I'll put it in the Telegram channel. Basically, right now we have a Telegram channel and a YouTube channel. We haven't moved over to Discord yet. It's not something that I do. Somebody from the community will pick that up, I'm sure, once we get launched and ready to go. We will be launching. We don't have a specific date, by the way, but it will be the first week in March. Well, I have a date, but we're not releasing it yet. It's the first week in March. So the cocktail mint is the 20th, and then platform launch is first week of March. So right now, just in Telegram, I'll throw up the link to that. Everybody's welcome to come over and ask whatever questions we have there. We have white papers and all that kind of stuff as well that you can look at.
Perfect. Yeah, well, no, and again, this is the earliest opportunity that you get. I mean, again, Kirk has not only built this over the last few months, but has given EMP yet another opportunity to earn even outside of our ecosystem, and that's really important to us. We vet projects that we think could do really well, not only as trusted teams and trusted economics, but also that actually support EMP in the process. So yeah, I'm really excited, brother. Again, great job. I know you put a lot of hard work into this, and we joke all the time. We say everybody thinks it's so amazing to run your own crypto project until you're actually doing it, right, Kirk? So yeah.
Yes, sir. I have. Not that I didn't have respect for you before, but I have a newfound respect for you now. And I let me just wrap it up by saying too that I appreciate everything that you've done for me personally, as well as now professionally in this capacity. I know that I'm pretty sure that you were a part of our contest overnight.
I was, yes, in Alpha. I got a Big Daddy old fashioned. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is for my personal wallet to support you guys for sure.
Classy move, man. Classy move.
Yeah.
So anyway, please, you guys know me. Feel free to reach out to me and talk to me. I'm not, this is a fun project. It's supposed to be fun. It's DeFi. EMP has got the market cornered on great, huge protocols for long-term passive income. This is something that is more of a traditional DeFi play, not necessarily degen, but it is what it is, and I think people can do well in it if they think it through. And we want to have a good time, and we want to also, the other thing we want to do is we just want to make a project that doesn't rug.
Totally. Which is you would think that would be a pretty easy sell in today's world, but unfortunately that isn't the case. I mean, it's a freaking war zone out there. So to have a competent dev, a great community, again, this is all a game, and to your point, you had mentioned that Frost Flakes ran for about 7 months. Again, personally, not financial advice, I think this could run much, much longer. A lot of times we say runway is another word for it, the longer the runway. But yeah, I mean, this is crypto. All of these are gamified smart contracts. But again, I love that you guys are still building for sustainability and a lot of, innovative things. And that's what crypto is all about. I mean, we take code and knowledge from previous failures and learn from that. And, I think that you guys have built, again, a better mousetrap, just like we said with Level X and the rebasing and this now, and EMP building a better seniorage model compared to ones that have just died out. So, yeah, absolutely, Kirk.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks again, AJ, and thank you everybody that's on here still for listening to all this. Hopefully there's some interest out there, and if there is, let me know. I will step back and let you get on with EMP business.
All right, brother. Thanks again. And yes, we will have you back. Just one more reminder, the EMP membership goes live next Thursday, correct?
That's right. I'll come on real briefly and just remind everybody, but next Thursday, right after the AMA finishes, I will post the link to where you can mint the EMP NKC, and it'll be up for 24 hours from then.
Perfect. All right, brother. Take it easy. We will see you soon, my friend.
Bye-bye. Cheers.